Hi guys, welcome back to Hot Girls Do Journalism. Today we're going to be touching on some hot takes, hot tips, and we'll be meeting with our hot seats, Ariana and Matt, in my 5th hour class. So we can go ahead and start with our hot takes. I wanted to talk about the suspension of blended classes here at Huntley High School because I am angry. As a senior who has done nothing wrong, I lost the privilege of my blended courses, which I kind of rely on to get me through every week.
Yeah.
Not having to go to gym Thursdays and Fridays, and getting to sleep in through 4th hour has literally saved me. And then on top of that, I've been able to manage all of my grades in those classes, and now I can't do that anymore because of, is it the underclassmen?
Yeah.
I'd say a little bit
it's
of
safe to
everyone,
say.
but
But the
It is
majority,
definitely a little bit of
the
everyone.
majority though is the underclassmen, and
yeah, I would say.
for me, we'll play devil's advocate in a minute here because we gotta get both sides.
Yeah.
But I will say I think it's unfair because administration, it's not like they don't know who's doing it, so they have to punish the whole. They have a list of exactly who is the problem, who is
Yeah.
consistently skipping. They
Yeah.
know who's doing
It's
that.
literally online.
So why are you not giving detentions, giving stricter punishments, pulling those kids out, restricting blended for them?
Yeah.
Why are you punishing the entire school?
Because isn't
That's
it
not
when
gonna
we
solve
scan our
anything.
IDs? Doesn't it
Yeah.
say what class you're supposed to be in, or if
Yeah.
you're blended?
Yeah, because honestly, they only did that for like 2 weeks, where they would go around scanning everyone's IDs.
So start doing that again.
and
People are just gonna be getting called out now.
I
It's just
know.
gonna people are just gonna have a ton
or
of
people
excused
just won't
absences.
show up then.
Yeah, because
Like-
I just don't get it because I'm like, we're seniors. Again, we've done nothing wrong. And maybe there are seniors who have done something wrong. But I'm gonna go out on a limb and say it is mostly the underclassmen. So why say the whole school? Why not say, okay, freshmen and sophomores, you clearly can't handle this. We're gonna restrict it for you. Juniors and seniors, you can still blend. But I just don't get it because I think I'm the same way. I rely on that 2nd hour blended Monday and Tuesday. And there are some classes that I don't think I need to be in 5 days a week.
Yeah.
So
In for example, in my public speaking class, literally we're blended half the week, every other week, because it's like people are just giving speeches.
and it's so nice.
So yeah, and it's
so
nice because I get to work on other classes. Because being a senior, you're juggling so many things, especially right now. This time has been very chaotic for literally everyone.
Yeah.
Mental health is at an all-time low, I'd say,
Yeah,
for
it is.
probably everyone.
Yeah.
And I think blended classes is just that it's not even a break, it's a relief. It's just a little one less thing to worry about.
Right.
And this is just it's come at the worst possible time too.
It really
especially
has.
after the hub has been closed for so long.
Yeah.
Like
well, and they're cracking down on it before the year's almost over.
yeah.
When
At
it's
this point,
already
what's
been
the
a
point?
problem.
I
And
think it has to do
again,
with
they know
graduation.
who the problem is, and they know who the problem isn't.
Yeah.
And I'm the people in the majority are the ones doing it fine, knowing how to handle it, managing their time. Leave them alone. Focus your priorities differently. Obviously, there's no punishments lately for anything,
Yeah, there is not.
but maybe that could change instead of punishing the whole school. I don't know. It feels like a big step when they could just
It's it's a trend that they've been doing a lot this year, where it's all right, we're gonna close all the bathrooms.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we're gonna
majority punishment.
we're gonna close this wing for everyone. It's not effective. All you're doing
No.
is riling people up. You've already seen with 2-3 other instances, not only is it not fair for everyone, but it does nothing other than anger people more.
Yeah.
There's still fights. What you've been doing to close an entire area for X amount of time, there's still fights happening.
Yeah.
So
There's just one today.
exactly. So I think we need to step away from making kids write essays for a punishment and start actually handing out
Yeah.
real punishments. If truancy is the issue, truancy is a legal issue.
Yeah.
If you're not taking it that far, that might be the reason why kids aren't responding to an ISS or whatever.
Yeah.
Playing devil's advocate though, something needed to be done
Yeah.
Yeah.
to stop the unexcused absences. Obviously, it was getting out of hand. And I mean, we could all see it on our blended. There were so many kids in the cafeteria, and you're kind of that's never how it was in years before.
Yeah.
But And so yeah, so it's a solution and it does solve the problem, but it's too much.
It feels
It's-
a little unfair.
It is
Yeah.
unfair, and I know life isn't fair.
I know.
but,
I
like,
was literally thinking that. But
Yeah, I mean,
still something about this year should be for seniors. Come on.
exactly.
yeah.
I don't, like, it definitely is a solution. I wouldn't say it's the best solution. It's probably, they want a fast result. That's what they want. They want something that's gonna work now,
Like immediately.
and it's not a long-term solution at all. It's
No.
kind of just like, I don't know what to do. Here is what it feels like. Because honestly, the kids who are skipping and that have gotten punishments and they don't care and they keep skipping, this isn't gonna change. They're just gonna get in their car, they're gonna leave, and they're not gonna come back. And instead of skipping one period, they're gonna skip all day.
Also, I feel like blended fixed that problem. Like if you don't want to be at school, you can leave and you won't be penalized for it.
Yeah.
I don't know. The whole concept is
Plus, we got to think of why blended started in the first place, which is because class sizes were too big and they needed a way to get students out of the classroom and have a different way of learning, but it did solve the problem of there being 40 kids in a class.
Yeah.
What happens now when in my gym class I can't blend, but we have like 4 other gym classes in the field house that hour, there's no space.
Yeah,
there
There's
is,
no way we
yeah.
can do anything.
And especially
So,
with COVID
yeah.
still being a thing, like the commons were already packed as it is.
Yeah. I can
I can't
barely
imagine
find
how it
spots
is
to
gonna
sit
be
in.
now. Same with the lunchrooms, and like I know we don't have a mask mandate anymore, but COVID is still a thing. I feel like kids still feel awkward being in huge crowd, like in
Yeah.
a bit large crowds. Like I understand blended is a privilege, you know, it's something that not all schools offer, but
Not everyone's lost that privilege. Not everyone should
Yeah, like,
have
why?
lost that
Right.
privilege.
Why have I lost that
Exactly.
We
privilege?
earned it. Yeah.
exactly, especially so close to the end of the year.
Yeah.
It just doesn't make, if you had done this in first semester for like a few months, I understand. It's first semester, you want to nip the
Yeah.
issue in the butt. Then we know, hey, if it gets this bad again, this is the consequence.
Yeah.
But for the end of the year,
No.
it just seems a little like last resort. I'm frustrated. Here's something.
Yeah.
You're gonna
Yeah.
have more seniors who have to take finals because they're just not gonna come.
Right.
They're gonna get called
Correct.
out, and that's fine. Except that now they have 5 absences or whatever. Like, seniors aren't gonna put up with that. We're almost done. We're not learning anything from you making us stay in class and not be blended. Like, we're not learning to manage our time better because we are either already doing that or
Right.
are never gonna do that.
Exactly.
We're seniors. Like, yeah.
It's a little bit too late in the game.
a little bit too late.
Okay, so for our hot tips, we want to talk a little bit about graduation and kind of how we are getting through these last few months of high school. It's sad. It's like bittersweet. Like I'm excited
Yeah.
to leave, kind of.
Yeah.
But I don't like. We're never gonna
Yeah.
experience anything like this ever
It's like
again.
it's this weird in between where it's like everyday drags, and
Yeah,
you're at
everyday
that point
dark
where you're
drag.
why am I doing the things that I'm doing if I know
Like
they're
why am I
not-
trying so hard?
Yeah, if I know it's not like not gonna make that big of an impact, but at the same, like, a part of me is like, the days are dragging, I don't want to be here, I just want to like sit down, have my headphones in, and like be in my own world.
Yeah.
But then another part of me is like, no, these are my last days here, and like I want
I
to
know.
savor it. Like, I had my last orchestra show, I think a month or two ago. I have no concept of time at this point, but I had my
Yeah.
last orchestra show, and that was just like a huge, like, reality check of like things are ending. Like, I had to say goodbye to a program that, you know, I've been a part of for so long, and it just makes me think like soon I'm gonna have to say goodbye to everyone, and that's like, it's hard to wrap your head around, but it's like this weird battle of like, I don't want to be here, why am I here, and also like, oh my god, I'm gonna leave this place,
Right.
and it's like too much to even handle.
And that's the way to describe it, because for me, I've been like really struggling this year, just mental health wise, just like in general wise, and I feel like so much of the bad things that have happened at school this year, I've fixated too much on them, and so in my mind, part of me has for a while now been like, okay, bye, I'm out of here, like, oh, I'm done, and just mentally done. But really, the voice has made me like keep pushing.
Yeah.
But honestly, I'm ready to go, and I'm ready to move on to bigger and better things. And I appreciate my time at Hunley, but sometimes that reality does hit that like, you know, for the past, I've lived here 10 years, so for the past 10 years, things have been pretty much the same. You know what's expected of you. You know, you graduate, 4th grade, you're gonna go to 5th grade, and it's not that different. Same thing, middle school, you take that step, high school, you take that step, but then it's the same formula. So I think the weird thing for me is sometimes I think about how, wow, now things are up to us. Now we make those choices, and now really nothing is certain. Like, no schedule, no routine, and college will provide that, but it's still gonna be so different. So I think it's more so like excitement for the future and a bit of anxiety about the future. But honestly, I'm not looking back a ton. I know I'm gonna miss people, and I know that's gonna hit me later. But right now, moving towards graduation and moving towards ending things, I'm kind of like, you know, always gonna appreciate the moments I had here and love the people that I've met here. But I know that I can do that while figuring out my life too, and pursuing things I really care about, and taking that next step in my life. So it's a weird mix.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, and I feel like something that I've kind of been doing to kind of help with those feelings of like, oh my god, like I'm leaving, is I try to like leave an impression on the underclassmen that I know and that I'm friends with, and a lot of the juniors. Like, for example, my cousin is an underclassman. I try to give him as much advice as possible, as much encouragement as possible. Same with the girls on Orcuses that were underclassmen, you know, just trying to leave a positive impression of like, here's what high school can be if you make it. Like we lost out on an opportunity of that, you know, with COVID. Like, I want you to take as much advantage of it. Like, no one is happy with the state of school this year. If you want to change it, you have to be the one to change it. I try to do that in The Voice, so it's like I'm kind of been, this whole year I've kind of been prepping myself to leave. So it's like right now there's a bit of resistance of like, oh my god, like I can't believe it. Like it's a little bit of apprehension, but I feel like I've prepared myself enough to like feel confident in what I'm leaving behind.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I honestly, as far as like energy and like the want to do things, like it's been really hard to find, but then like still participating in like state or like sectionals for the Voice, and you know, going to class and fighting that urge to get called out of gym because I don't want to go. Like, I've just been really pushing myself. Sorry, the announcements.
This bus is late.
Can we
every
hot
single day.
hot takes part 2?
Yeah, I think
Always. Why is the bus always late?
it's always
It's
the
the
one bus.
same bus.
Glad it's not my bus. Fighting the urge to like get called out of class and not do the things that I don't have to do and just do them, because at the end of the, like, I don't know, every day goes by so quickly it doesn't even matter.
Yeah.
So.
But yeah, I don't know. And with The Voice particularly, honestly, I've been preparing Abby Paneer, my managing editor, who is now going to be one of the EICs next year. So shout out. You know, I've been working with her so closely this year, and really, I feel like showing her the ropes and preparing her for this position. And I know that Maria and Ariana, the other 2 editors-in-chief, are very well prepared. And so in that sense, like, The Voice has been my family. I'm more sad to leave The Voice than to leave Huntley.
Yep.
But I leave knowing, first of all, that they're in, like, it's in such good hands, this program.
It is.
It's going to be so amazing what they do. And then also, I'm kind of like, I'm ready to try new things, because The Voice has been our lives for the past 3 years. So it'll be nice to try new things. I'll always appreciate the time I had here, and I can't, like, you know, can't say enough good things about this program. But I feel like I'll almost really, really miss the people and the memories. But I feel like I'm ready to hand over that responsibility to someone else and like see what they do with it. I don't know if that makes sense.
Because for so long, like, at least for me, when I started out high school, I didn't really know what I wanted to do. I didn't know the people that I wanted to hang out with. Like, you know, everyone says like you find yourself in high school, and I kind of did that by finding like my families. So like it was Orcuses and The Voice, and those were the things that pushed me through high school. Like, whenever I just wanted to like not do anything, whenever I had no motivation, it was like those were the things that pushed me to keep going. So it's like, it's bittersweet, because like this has always been my number one priority, and it's been what motivates me, but I'm also ready to be like, put my focus into something else that, you know, grow a different passion. I know I have so much passion for this, but it's like time to close that chapter and to, like you said, move on to something new.
And even saying that though, like at our senior night party, potluck, whatever we have, like we'll be crying, but
yeah, for sure.
But it's gonna be good. Yeah. So really no tips, no advice, just you're gonna feel the feels,
Yeah.
juniors. So get ready. Senioritis is real. I know we've talked about that.
Yeah.
It's all real. Everything you hear about senior year, the ups and downs, like I feel like it really is real. So
Yeah. The tip is to just go day by day.
yeah.
You know.
Don't totally look forward. Like that's something I did that really was bad. Is I looked so much into the future, stressing about college, stressing
Yeah.
about those plans. How am I going to pay for it? Can I even get in?
Yeah.
And I still do that to this day. But I did so much of that really like day by day wasn't it for me. Like I just was living for the weekend, living for the next break, the next day off.
Yep.
And that's really no way to enjoy your senior year. So take it from me. Try to find something every day that you actually really enjoy. That'll make it worth it.
What's going on, everybody? My name is Matt O'Connell. And for next year for The Voice, I'm really excited to meet new staffers, meet new editors, and kind of acclimate everybody into, a new environment. I'm also really excited to, pick up where the editors-in-chief and the managing editors this year have left off, and set a good example for those in the future. I also really hope to produce a good product, and, besides that, all I gotta say is that I'm really excited for the year.
Hey guys, so I'm Ariana Job and I'm going to be an EIC and editor-in-chief next year. Definitely one of the things I'm looking forward to is just meeting new people that are either coming to the program and just like working with our new leadership staff on The Voice with all 6 of us managing the EICs. I'm also just excited to experience a more normal year and hopefully we will be able to go to some of our out-of-state conferences that have been canceled the last 2 years. So I will see you all next year.
All right, this has been an episode of Hot Girls Do Journalism. Stay hot!